Hi everyone, Crooks here from AceTrading. Today I finally get to show you, an insight into our newest bot that is going to be released on our website called Changing Tides. Okay, this bot is an absolute game changer. There are many different writing styles involved, many different attributes, parameters, and so forth. It is actually quite complex. So what I would firstly like to say is that when you purchase a product from AceTrading, you get this fantastic bot. Okay, you get this trading panel, you get everything that's involved in it. You also get an educational course, and that educational course will guide you through how to use it and setting it up and so forth. You also get access to data feeds, so template feeds that will automatically feed your bot and tell you what are the best parameters based upon exceptional traders, and you get to choose those parameters as well, so you can subscribe to them. But we also offer that community involvement. So we're going to have an active community that allows you to get support 24/7, okay, and discuss the trades and so forth. But let's dig deeper into Wavebreaker, the first writing style from our Changing Tides bot. You can see here Wavebreaker is typical of it's very similar to our prototype version, however there are some changes. Okay, the biggest change being that we have statistical analysis live on the chart. So depending on how many days you load onto the chart, you are going to get live statistics. You don't have to use Strategy Analyzer. You can then just use these statistics and then base that upon what trade you like to do today. Okay, so this was the trade that I took yesterday. I could see, and I backtested using the statistical analysis, that I could see that a 1-to-1 trade, so using my wave, so okay, this here is my price that I was looking for, and then I was waiting for that price to break out of that wave, and there was a statistical analysis of a 1-to-1 trade being 100% accurate. Okay, based upon however many days you like to load onto the chart. Obviously, those statistics will change depending on how many days you go up to your data series and load onto your chart. You'll find out that you can really dig deep into this, but I just wanted to show you a couple of trades that I have been taking recently. I'm actually in historical trades at the moment, so you can see what I took yesterday. Potentially, I could have taken more. Okay, but then look at that. That had a bit of a pullback that would have got me a bit nervous. So that I'm glad that I took that second standard deviation, which was a 1-to-1 trade. I actually had shorts turned off because you can see the statistics for shorts using these parameters hasn't been good. So I've been just running longs, and that bot is able to do that. Okay, so as I said, this is only a snapshot. So let me just jump through a couple of things on the chart, and then I'll talk you through some of the parameters. But if you would like more detail, we'll be obviously releasing some more YouTube videos, but our educational course goes into every single parameter, every way that you can use this bot in detail, and that's where you should be looking. On the side here, all our bots will get an option to turn it off, turn it on, to manage the trades manually. So you can close all, you can turn your longs and shorts off, you can manually enter long and short trades, you can have a break-even stop, you can chase price, you can move up your stop loss by, so for example, 10 ticks, and it'll chase price. It's kind of like a manual trading zone. It's a great way for us to trail manually. And I think that is something that if I see price moving up here and I will have my stop loss down here, I could just press chase and it will move my stop loss up. We also have a consolidation tool, okay, and we'll definitely go into this detail more later on. But if you can draw an area that you would like to not trade, that's just using our drawing tools. But here you can see on the chart that I had this set up. It shows you the potential trade. So this green, is that profit zone, and you have our stop loss, a potential trade. We look back to the day before. You can see that I took a similar trade and didn't get into hardly any drawdown. Went up here again. I probably could have reached for a bit more, but I'm happy with the 1-to-1 trade because I know that this trade over time has roughly about an 80 to 90% accuracy. I'm actually happy with a 1-to-1 trade. I'm not getting blown out of the water using an unbalanced risk to reward ratio, but I wanted to make sure that I had that 1-to-1 trade that every day I'm either winning, losing, and I'm not going. If I start to see a few losses in a row, well, then I'll probably go back, look at the statistics and go, okay, the statistics are starting to change, and I'll modify my trade. Okay. You've got to understand that when you run bots, you need to consistently analyze the statistics, and often people struggle using Strategy Analyzer and NinjaTrader. So we've taken that pain away for you, and you can actually just load up 300 days on the chart, and you can see the statistics live on the chart. So then you can pretty much just choose where you would like to put your take profit and stop loss. Okay. Let's have a look at the strategy, I guess, so you can see a few of the parameters, and then, yeah, we'll show a couple of trades. Okay, so you can see here that I have the parameters loaded up for changing tides. So currently we are using the writing style of wave breaker. So let me just make this a bit clearer. The changing tides is the name of the bot. Okay, so we have the changing tides, it's a strategy, it's a bot. But inside changing tides, we have a number of different writing styles. Okay, wave breaker is the first style that we will be releasing, but we have a few others. We have previous day high low, we have the set, and we have chaos. Okay, depending on which writing style you subscribe to, you'll get those parameters that will load up the bottom. But I'm going to talk through wave breaker. Wave breaker has the opportunity to have a breakout or reversion trade. Okay, so I was trading the breakout then, but I could have traded that reversion back to the mean or wherever I'd like to reverse back to. Okay, I can then set up predictor lines. Okay, I was using wave predictor lines, so they were standard deviations of the wave, but I could use your typical standard deviations, which are calculated mathematically, the power of 3, or I could set ticks. Okay, these are the predictor lines that give us the statistics on the right-hand side. Okay, and then I can show those statistics and show them. I could, for example, I'm going to run a breakout and I would like to use the wave. I could then set up my wave start and end time and then my trading times. I could then decide, based upon those statistics, where I'd like to set my take profit and stop loss. And I'll show you that in a second. Okay, but before we do that, I'm just going to talk a bit about, you can add quantities, the number of times you'd like to exit the trade. You can turn off trade longs and shorts. I could set my target. I could set my target being wave lines, which are standard deviation lines. I could set my target being levels, key levels that we have available to you. We have ATR lines. We could set using an ATR. There's so many different take profit opportunities you have. Okay, but I could say I would like to go for that third standard deviation line. I could set number of targets. I could set 8 targets if I wanted to, and then I could choose where I would like to set all my different targets. Okay, I'm just going to start with 1. My stop, I need to make sure that I enable my stop. And I could set the wave as my stop loss. I could set a fixed stop loss of as many ticks as I like. I could set a trail stop. And I could trail using a couple of our new indicators. I could use standard deviations. I could use an ATR trail, but I'm going to use my standard deviations. I would like to set the initial stop as my wave, and then I could figure out, okay, I'm trailing. I would like to kick in my trail when it hits the second standard deviation, but maybe I like to trail by 1 standard deviation. So what's going to happen is my trail is just going to kick up every time it moves to a different standard deviation. So maybe I was aiming for a 10th standard deviation for my take profit. I could kick up every standard deviation, and it would just keep bringing it back, locking in my profit. Okay. There are many, many, many different options inside this bot. Okay, we have breaking stops, we have time filters. You could set a number of different time filters. Maybe you had your initial time, but then these times will overpower that. And I could say I would actually like to trade from these particular times or stop these particular times. I could set I've got a kill switch, which is very similar to our prototype versions, which also have a trail involved, a trailing P&L. Okay, I could have net wins and losses. I could use days of the week. Maybe I would only like to trade on Mondays because statistically that is the best day, or maybe Tuesdays, whatever it may be. I could choose levels to avoid. These are particular key levels that we define, and I'll go into that more in detail in the courses. Confluence indicators. I could tick this confluence indicators, and what's going to happen is all of our indicators that we offer here at Ace Trading are going to be shown in here. And I could say, for example, I would like to only take this trade if the ADX is rising or falling. So if that's the case, that's the only time it will take that trade, when that confluence indicator shows that the ADX is rising or falling. Okay, maybe I'd like to use one of our other indicators, maybe the Leviathan, and I could tick that, and it would only trade when the Leviathan says there is a signal. Okay, we have moving averages, we have regression channels, we have Shark, we have so many different confluence indicators. We can use VWAP. If you tick a number of these, it's going to take less trades. Do understand that, but it's going to take, I guess, more accurate trades depending on what trade you would like to take. Okay. If you do ever have any questions about our products or anything, please do reach out to us on Facebook, Instagram, any of our socials. Discord is a great place for you to reach out. But I just wanted to show you a couple of other trades. So I actually was trailing this trade using standard deviations. So every time the standard deviation to tick over, and you can see it pulled up here and then came back and hit my stop loss. You can also see that I had a loss initially. It broke out of here initially, and that does happen. That's why shorts are not the best to take. But because I'm using a balanced risk to reward ratio, I could actually see that that loss was taken out by pretty much straight away, and I ended up having a larger win for that particular day. So it came out green. So I wanted to, I guess, reiterate that it's really important that you use a balanced risk to reward ratio on all your trading, so that you don't get blown out of the water, don't blow accounts, and so forth. But yeah, if you do have any questions, please reach out to us. Otherwise, I'll catch you in the next video. Take it easy.